We are taking a look at some things you have tagged me in online, whether that be TikTok, Instagram, things you've sent me in the messages. Please feel free to. Instagram at RobertWLSH and TikTok, something else. I'm hardly ever on TikTok, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at what you've been sending me. As I always like to say in these videos, creativity and individuality have no rules, but makeup has a theory, and these videos are looking at makeup theory coming from a professional makeup artist of 2 decades, 2 centuries. Online versus real life. Let's see the deal. Okay, so we're starting off with these creams. Ooh, that was blended with a brush also. They're acting like they did it with a sponge, but it was blended with a brush also. A lot of product going on here. A lot. I would love to see, sorry, I'll let it play through. I would love to see the blending process of all that product, because some of the positioning was really, really, really strange. So it says, when I claim that my work is without editing and filters, that there's a filter on that. It means step by step of this makeup. You just have to see the end to believe it. When it comes to my different style, there's no need for editing or filters. A style that has made a lot of noise in the real and virtual world and transformed the makeup world. What makeup world are you talking about? There's filters here, right? So you can see all the smoothing around here. Nobody's skin is this smooth. I don't care if you're using powder, whatever. No one's skin is this smooth. You can see the brow is literally blurred. There's like a blur around it. So that is. Yeah, okay, let's talk about face shape and this here. It's kind of like original Tin Man contour here. The areas to contour are like, fine, whatever. But if we're really looking at lines and contouring, and she blended it in like this, because I don't believe for 1 second that this resulted in this. I feel like it was all blended out. Because you can even see here, this area is darker than this area. So it has been blended out completely differently and powders have been put on top. Okay. This would drag the mouth down because you're creating a darker thing here and a lighter here. So you're creating a rounded thing. So the mouth is going to look like this. That's literally what that contouring would do. There's no doubt about it. Why would you make just this part of the face? Why do you highlight just this part and then darken this part? What you're from here down to here. Remember, when you're contouring, you're putting something against something highlighted. You're creating depth and highlights. So you're bringing out this part, but pushing in a line this part in. There is no benefit to the face shape for anyone, whatever your face shape is, to do it that way. Yes, you can bring out this part of a face by highlighting around here, but you would do it in a curve. Even if you're elongating the face, you wouldn't do it in a way like this. If this is being taught, I have no problem with this being entertainment online, and this is how it looks online. If this is being taught in a course as in a course, which she says she sells, as in this is how you should be doing makeup, no. No one should be paying to learn how to do this as a makeup artist. What makeup artist has the fucking time to sit there and do this? When you are doing a bride, you don't have time to be playing around drawing on people's faces like this. And that's what this is. This is actually kind of disrespectful. Stop taking gimmicky shit online and making people think it's something that can be done in real life or should be done in real life. Imagine pulling up backstage. You got 2 minutes to do a model's face. A minute. And they're like, okay, let me just get my training out. No. Why? Oh my God. So apparently this person is like showing off the lightest and darkest shade of a tier cushion foundation, who have a great shade range. To do so, as I have done in the past, you do not need to cover your whole face in the darkest shade. Some people might consider this blackface. In my opinion, you're doing blackface. in some people's opinion, even black people, they might be like, no, it's fine. But if you are offending people, as I've seen in the comments actually here, looking through the pictures, there are black people who are offended by this. So you've offended people, you've done something wrong, take it down. But she's kept it up and she's defending herself on it too. I don't understand some content creators, right? You are a white person. You are visually a white lady. I'm going to use myself as an example. If I posted something and a group of people said they were offended by it, I would think, oh shit, I've offended people. I've done something wrong. I wouldn't then try to explain to them why it's not offensive. Because you can't understand why it's offensive to them because you've never been in their shoes. So take it the fuck down. You know how we can show the darker shade? Swatch it. We can see it. You don't need to do all this. We can fucking see it. Honestly, some people shouldn't be allowed near computers. Okay, so this is somebody cutting the mesh out of their powder. Which I don't understand why you would want to do that. Maybe if your powder was to the bottom and you couldn't press the cushion in anymore, those meshes are quite springy. Maybe you might want to cut it out so you can get right into the bottom. Even if you want to use too much powder, this delivery system allows you to do so. You just tap harder, you push harder. But also, there's a reason why a mesh like this would exist in any product with a mesh. It's delivering the right amount of product so you don't overdo it. And you can build it up step by step. It's almost, and in some cases, it might even be like smoothing out the product a little bit more. Powder, making that formula a little bit more smoother before you put it on. If you want full coverage from this powder, sorry, not full coverage, but a lot of powder, just tap harder. And then do more, and then tap again and do more. Build it up slowly. We have this culture in makeup at the moment. Where it's like, put the product on as much as you want, loads, then blend it out and then see what happens. Build up slowly so you can control how your product looks, how the end result looks. I'm confused today. Am I in a bad mood? You know I'm in a bad mood because I just filmed a video about the whole elf thing.
A bit subtle for Chav makeup. What do you even freaking pronounce Chav makeup? Chav, correct? You guys made your point. You said the foundation was not orange enough. I'm gonna agree with you, okay? I'm gonna agree with you on this one. Lots of orange today. And this is a go big or go home challenge. And I'm feeling good. We're not gonna think about it. We're just gonna put it on like moisturizer. Oh yeah, the eyebrows gotta go. This is Oompa Loompa. Y'all had a lot to say about my brows in the last video, which I personally thought we ate down, but apparently it needs to be much bigger and thicker. Compared this brow size to the last video one, I think for sure this grew. Also mentioned they carved the top of their brows like so. One thing that you guys did tell me is to not over blend because they don't actually go for perfection. Things are a little askew. I'm like addicted to doing this. Concealer, oh yeah, we're going like 30 shades lighter. This is my most heavy duty concealer. Let's set the shit out of this face because we are looking so greasy. We can't have an ounce of shine on our face, according to you guys. This is the only bronzer shade that I own. I don't even know exactly. You said the blend is not perfect. It's kind of messy. So I'm going to channel that and see what happens because so far this is not looking good. It's kind of eating, okay? If you're not standing close to me, this is kind of a slay. I trust this NARS Laguna palette for everything, so we're just putting loads of this on top. I thought Chav makeup didn't wear blush, but apparently according to you guys, they do. It's just more on the orange side, and they put it right on the center of our cheeks. So we're gonna do the same. I am looking more and more orange. This is matte. Okay. That's it. That's it. It's also said the lashes weren't dramatic enough, so today I'm going to go in this full set, and guys, if this is not dramatic enough, I don't know what is. I didn't forget about the eyeliner. You guys said they don't wear it, so we're skipping that step today. This one needs to be a little off center. Bottom, we're just going to make sure that it's a little bit smudgy, a little bit messy. You guys had the most to say when it came to the lips. You said a brown lip liner, not concealer. This perfect brown shade from Makeup Forever is called Endless Cacao. For the center of the lips, I am going to set down a little bit of concealer just to neutralize the tone. Oh my god. We haven't even finished, and this is looking so freaking good already. Going with this MAC Pinky shade. Oh yeah. It's gorgeous in it. That is as messy as I can get. I think that's pretty accurate. The largest gold hoops I own. Oh. Alright, hoodie time. Guys. I'm just addicted to doing these now. I'm about to go full on M to the B. This is insane. I'm lost for words. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a 10 out of 10, but I wanna know, how does this compare to the last one we did? Let me know.
Okay, for anyone who doesn't know what a chav is, it's kind of insulting to call someone a chav if you're in the UK. I don't know, wait, maybe not the rest of the UK. In England, anyway, it's kind of insulting to call someone a chav. I'm gonna have to. What is a chav? The term chav is a British slang term used to describe a stereotype of a young person, not young, typically or lower social status, characterized by brash and loutish behavior and wearing of designer-style clothes. It is often used in a derogatory. Oh my god, derogatory way. Why can't I say that? Here's a breakdown of the term chav. Origin. The exact origin is a debate, but it's thought to be derived from the Romany word chavi, which means child. Other potential sources are related to the stereotype. The term is associated in subcultural stereotype that includes branded sportswear, tracksuits, sportwear, that kind of stuff. Behavior, often stereotyped as engaging in antisocial behavior. According to Simple English Wikipedia, the global assignment help this can include violence, mugging, and burglary. Social class. It is primarily associated with white, working-class youths, and some argue that this is a manifestation of classism. Education, often stereotyped as having low level of education. So that's what a chav is. It's to call someone a chav would be insulting. You know, I have to be honest, there is an associated look with these chavs, and this is quite accurate. It is, I personally wouldn't refer to anyone as a chav. I did in school because it was like, hey, like, you're a chav. But I wouldn't call someone a chav now. It'll be quite rude. But if we're stereotyping, this hair, yes, the gold earrings, yes. Eyebrows need to be blocked off on the middle here, like they've been stamped on, you know, like potato stamps. The lashes, the flick needs to dip below the lash line here. So, like, let me take off my lash and show you what I mean. Like this. Wait. Like this. You can't really see because of my liner. But, like, below this bottom lash line, like, really badly put on. Let me put that aside somewhere safe. This lip is too nice. You know, the paleness of a lip comes from putting on your foundation, but going over your lip as you're putting on your foundation. And you honestly, lip liner isn't really that much of a thing with chav. I think people have just done it to have like an obvious separation. But I would maybe go a little bit darker and not as nicely blended. But also, one thing she's done really well is this muddiness. I think this might just be an English thing, to be honest with you. A lot of people do it. There's this muddiness. So this could be more muddy. Maybe mixing in a bit of highlighter and making the highlight touch of a bronzer, which is where muddiness comes from. Or making the highlight touch something grayer or darker than it will give you a bit more muddiness. But if she wants the feedback.
Why does bridal and wedding makeup cost like triple the price of just regular glam session? Is it more work? Is it just an industry cash grab? Why?
Okay, first of all, when a bride books you, it's usually like 8 months in advance. And you will prioritize that date and lock it in. And it doesn't matter what comes in. You could get an opportunity abroad with you know, you could get an amazing opportunity that brings in more money, for example. But if you've committed to a bride 8 months in advance, that's the priority and that's locked in the date. And then normally it's a whole day. So because you do with the bride and the bridal party, it's a whole day's work with really long journeys. They're usually in the countryside, or they're abroad, or they're never nearby. So it's a super early wake up. Like I've woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning once to do a bride, and it's a full day. 3, I'm going to say that it's a journey with the bride. It's not like you do their makeup and that's that. You're on this whole journey from the moment they book you. They're messaging you all the time. They're emailing, the constant communication with them. And then I will do a trial, and it's a few hours because you're making sure that the bride is perfectly happy. You're trying on multiple lip liners, wiping that off. No, this colour looks better on you. So, and some people have welcome parties and after parties, and they want a different look. So they have multiple trials. So that's all built into it. And then the pressure of making sure that every single detail on the bride's wedding day, not that you wouldn't do that if you're doing someone's makeup, but it's like, for the photograph, everything, it does take, I like 2.5 hours with the bride.
Wow. Very well put. Listen, I have to be real. I do think there is like overcharging in the wedding industry in general, no matter what the vendor is, whether it be the chefs, the people who do the flowers, the people that do something like that, the makeup artists for sure, there is a price up just because it's a wedding. But this is so true. It really is. I love how it's put a journey with a bride. You meet your bride. They decide you're going to be doing their makeup, right? You give them your number. It's pictures all the time. Do you like this look? I like this look. What about this? Should I do this with my skin? What should I do? All the time. Fine. Absolutely fine. I personally like that. I like the teaching. I like the education. I love the connection. Trials. And like you do trials, which can be, I've had trials that are a whole day because you're trying different things. There might even be an after the wedding look. You've done like a nice, natural, neutral glam for the wedding, and then they want an evening look. So you're doing 2 different trials. You are then venturing out to some beautiful place in the countryside, some manor house, or in England anyway. And actually, the rest of the world, some manor house, some barn, you know what I mean? Like it's always somewhere you're carrying your kit with you, so you have to pay for travel to get there. There's a lot that goes on. Now, I have seen some people charge ridiculous amounts of money. And I mean thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I'm like, nah, you can probably get your niece to do your makeup and it'll be absolutely fine. But yes, I do think there is a reason for upcharge to bridal, but I do also think sometimes it does go way too far. All right, well, if you see anything online, let me know. Tag me in it, send it to me. Actually, maybe just send it to my message because a lot of people block me when they see people tagging videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. Bye.